The phone buzzed on the kitchen counter, its screen flaring to life in the dim light, casting jagged shadows across the half-eaten dinner plates. My heart lurched, a sickening thud against my ribs, as I saw her name, Clara, flash across the notification. Not now. Not tonight. Sarah's fork froze midair, her eyes narrowing as she clocked the phone's glow. "Who's that?" she asked, her voice a blade wrapped in silk, sharp enough to cut but soft enough to pretend it didn't mean to. I forced a smile, my pulse hammering in my throat. "Just work," I lied, sliding the phone face down. Her gaze lingered, heavy with unspoken accusations, and I knew she was going to check my phone tonight. The air in our small apartment felt thick, like it was holding its breath. The faint hum of the refrigerator buzzed in the background, a relentless drone that mirrored the tension coiling in my gut. Sarah and I had been married for 6 years, our love a tapestry of shared dreams and quiet compromises. But lately, the threads were fraying. Her late nights at the office, her sudden silences, the way she'd flinch when I touched her, it all gnawed at me, planting seeds of doubt I couldn't uproot. I wasn't proud of what I'd done, but Clara had been a fleeting escape, a reckless spark in the dark. A mistake. One I swore I'd buried. "You've been distant," Sarah said, setting her fork down with deliberate care. The clink against the plate echoed like a gavel. "Is there something you're not telling me?" Her green eyes, once warm like summer fields, now glinted with suspicion. I swallowed, my mouth dry as sandpaper. "I'm just stressed," I said, the words tasting like ash. "Work's been brutal." She nodded, but her lips pressed into a thin line, unconvinced. The clock on the wall ticked louder, each second a countdown to the moment she'd reach for my phone. I'd met Clara 3 months ago at a conference, her laughter bright and unguarded, a stark contrast to the heavy silences at home. Our conversations started innocently, shared coffee breaks, industry gossip, but soon they spilled into late-night texts, her words a lifeline in the loneliness I hadn't admitted to myself. I told myself it was harmless, a flirtation, not a betrayal. But the late-night calls, the whispered confessions, the stolen kiss in a hotel bar, they'd crossed a line I couldn't uncross. I'd ended it 2 weeks ago, deleted her number, blocked her on everything. But that notification tonight? It meant Clara wasn't done with me. Sarah stood, her chair scraping against the hardwood floor, a sound that grated against my nerves. "I'm going to take a shower," she said, her tone flat but her eyes searching mine for cracks. I nodded, my fingers twitching toward the phone as she disappeared down the hall. The water hissed to life in the bathroom, a distant roar that gave me a narrow window. I grabbed the phone, my hands trembling as I unlocked it. Clara's message glowed like a warning. "I miss you. Why are you ignoring me?" My stomach churned. I deleted the text, my thumb hovering over the block button again, but a flicker of guilt stopped me. What if Sarah saw this? What if she already suspected? The apartment felt smaller now, the walls pressing in as the shower's hum filled the silence. I scrolled through my messages, deleting anything that could damn me. Every hey from Clara, every late-night reply I'd sent in a haze of weakness. My heart raced, each deletion a desperate attempt to erase my guilt. But the truth was a stain I couldn't scrub clean. I'd betrayed Sarah, not just with Clara but with the lies I'd told myself. That I deserved this, that Sarah's distance justified it. The weight of it crushed me, a mix of shame and fear that made my chest ache. When Sarah emerged, her hair damp and her face scrubbed raw, she looked vulnerable, almost fragile. But her eyes were steel. "I'm going through your phone tonight," she said, her voice low but unshakable. My breath caught, 1,000 excuses clawing at my throat, but none made it out. "Why?" I managed, my voice cracking. She crossed her arms, her robe slipping slightly to reveal the curve of her shoulder. A sight that once filled me with warmth, now a reminder of what I'd risked. "Because I don't trust you anymore," she said, each word a dagger. "I see the way you guard that phone. The way you look at it when you think I'm not watching." The room spun, the edges blurring as her words sank in. I wanted to scream that I loved her, that I'd ended it, that I was trying to fix this. But the truth was a tangled mess, and every denial would only tighten the noose. "Sarah, I started, but she held up a hand, silencing me. "Don't," she said. "Just give me the phone." My hands shook as I handed it over, the device heavy with secrets I couldn't hide anymore. She took it, her fingers brushing mine, and I felt the cold sting of her wedding ring, a promise I'd broken. She sat on the couch, the phone's glow illuminating her face as she scrolled. The silence was unbearable, punctuated only by the faint tap of her finger on the screen. My mind raced, replaying every text, every call, every moment I thought I'd covered. Had I deleted everything? Had Clara sent something new? The uncertainty was a vice around my heart. I stood frozen, watching her face for any sign. A flinch, a tear, a spark of rage. But she was unreadable, her expression a mask of focus that terrified me more than any outburst could. Minutes stretched into eternity. Then her breath hitched, a small, sharp sound that sliced through the quiet. She looked up, her eyes glistening with unshed tears. "Who's Clara?" she whispered, her voice breaking. My knees buckled, and I sank into a chair, the weight of my betrayal crashing down. "She's nobody," I stammered, but the lie was flimsy, crumbling under her gaze. Sarah's face twisted, a mix of pain and fury. "Nobody," she spat. "Then why is there a voicemail from her dated last night, saying she loves you?" The world tilted. A voicemail? I hadn't seen it, hadn't known. Clara must have called after I'd blocked her, her voice slipping through the cracks of my defenses. "Sarah, it's not what you think," I pleaded, but the words sounded hollow, even to me. She played the voicemail, and Clara's voice filled the room, soft and intimate, each word a nail in the coffin of our marriage. "I know you're trying to push me away, but I love you. I'm not giving up." Sarah's hand trembled as she set the phone down, her eyes locked on mine, searching for something, anything to salvage. "I ended it," I said, my voice raw. "I swear I ended it. It was a mistake, Sarah. I was lonely and you were gone." Her face crumpled, and for the first time, I saw the depth of her pain. Not just from my betrayal, but from the distance that had grown between us. "I was gone," she whispered. "I was working, trying to keep us afloat. And you found someone else?" Tears spilled down her cheeks, and I wanted to reach for her, to hold her, but the chasm between us was too wide. She stood, the phone slipping from her hand to the floor with a dull thud. "I trusted you," she said, her voice barely audible. "I thought we were enough." She walked to the bedroom, her steps slow and deliberate, and closed the door. The click of the lock echoed like a gunshot. I sat there, alone in the dim light, the weight of my choices suffocating me. The phone lay on the floor, its screen dark, but Clara's voice lingered in my mind, a ghost I couldn't banish. And then a new notification buzzed, a photo from Clara, sent just now, of us together in that hotel bar, her smile radiant.